I'm Amanda. I'm going to be talking about coffee today and why it's good. It's America's #1 morning drink and beverage that's been around for over for thousands of years. It's been around since the 6th century AD when it was first used as a food and medicine, and now it's being enjoyed in thousands of homes and coffee houses as a regular drink. Coffee is good because, well, I'm going to talk about 3 points. Basically, that it's good because it has properties that are good for your body, and second, it helps us perform better in certain areas of our life, and it's also known to help prevent many future illnesses. With coffee, like most things in life, you should know and consider your limit. According to the American Medical Association, the recommendation is to have 1 to 4 cups a day, and having 5 or more cups of coffee a day can lead to adverse effects because of its caffeine content. The caffeine in coffee is the major factor contributing to coffee controversy and bad reputation. Caffeine is the drug found in coffee that stimulates the nervous system and makes us feel more energetic. Too much caffeine can lead to insomnia and other helpful health risks, according to a researcher and writer on caffeine. But even taking these factors into account, coffee is still a good thing with moderation, as it keeps millions of people alert and has other health benefits. So coffee is good, has properties that are good for your body and your diet. Coffee is loaded with antioxidants, contains even more antioxidants than many fruits and vegetables. According to a graph and study done by the American Chemical Society in 2005, coffee had nearly 1,300 milligrams of antioxidants, while tea had almost 300, and wine, apples, and bananas had 30 to 50 milligrams of antioxidants. Coffee is said to boost our metabolism. The energy boost from caffeine has a direct relationship with your metabolism. And the second point was that coffee improves our performance in areas in life. So the first example is that coffee aids our in social aspects, because coffee is known to bring people together. Coffee houses are not only places to go buy a cup of coffee or just a place for their caffeine source, but going to coffee houses is also a popular pastime for coffee drinkers. I work at a coffee shop in San Dimas and always observing that people come in there and talk for over hours sometimes. And although you can do the same at a bar or restaurant, many people prefer to chat over a cup of coffee rather than a meal or alcoholic beverage because it keeps them alert. And coffee also helps us at work and school. The caffeine keeps students and employees alert while focused while they're at school or work. From my own experiences, when I've had coffee before school, I'm much more focused and alert, paying more attention to lectures and assignments, and don't want to fall asleep. And also, at work when I have coffee, I'm more able to multitask, and yeah, the days that I have my coffee. Coffee is also useful for athletes and people involved in weight training. The caffeine not only keeps them awake, but it's also used for a pre-workout as it increases stamina and decreases soreness after a workout. Caffeine blocks the activity of a chemical called adenosine, which activates pain receptors. My third point is that studies have also shown that coffee helps prevent many future diseases and illnesses. According to WebMD, 6 studies indicate that people who drink coffee regularly were 80% less likely to develop Parkinson's disease, and 3 of these showed that the more they drank, the risk was even lower. According to Kirchheimer, who's an MD and researcher on the subject. And also, coffee is beneficial for people with type 2 diabetes because the components in coffee have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, which needs to be regulated for diabetics. So basically, I'm just going to conclude that not only is coffee good for keeping us awake and alert in school, but it's also good for people in the long run because it may help prevent disease and illnesses in the future.
All right, Amanda, the proposition that you present is phrased as a value claim, and you need to make it more of a claim of fact. I thought that you did a good job indicating what the structure of the speech was going to be. Your internal signposting was not particularly strong on the first and second points. On the third point, it was much clearer. You provide us with some historical data and background as a way of kind of leading into the topic, and that's okay. There is a lot of information in the speech, but it's hit or miss. Sometimes I get a source citation, sometimes I don't. Sometimes something is just presented as a presupposition, and we're supposed to take it at your word, and other times you provide us with an authority that indicates there's some documentation on the point. So, for instance, we got the WebMD study that talks about the influence that coffee consumption might have on Parkinson's, and so we get a source on that, we got a percentage on that, and then later on we're getting some argument about insulin, and that's largely asserted. I'm sure that you got the information from someplace, but there's no citation on it, and it's pretty much that way throughout the speech. So, about half of the proofs that you're arguing are not offered as proofs; they're just made as presuppositions. I think there's probably not much dispute that caffeine has some of the benefits that you're talking about. The stimulant, for instance, I don't think anybody's going to deny that that's true, and so that I'm not exactly sure there's conflict or controversy on that particular point. But the other ones, I think you need a little bit more evidence rather than just the single study or the conclusionary statements that are being presented. Your presentation is a little bit problematic. You are rushing very quickly through the material, and there's almost no audience contact whatsoever, which undermines your credibility. You ought to have a little bit more credibility because of your job, and you could be talking about the situation or circumstances that you're in, and I think if that came up a little bit earlier, that would also help a bit. At the end of the speech, like I said, you just seemed like you were in a rush to get done and a little bit bored with the topic, and I didn't think that that's the way it should come across, because you've got a good structure and you've got some information there. Just need to be more consistent about citing it. Thank you.